Well, they can't all be winners. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 craziest WWE gimmicks. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be ranking the most outlandish, bizarre, and head-scratching gimmicks used by professional wrestlers in the WWE. These gimmicks aren't always necessarily going to be bad or unsuccessful, and we're also going to be focusing only on in-ring competitors for this list. That means we'll be saving managers, valets, and the gobbledygooker for another list. And no, we're not counting the latter's appearance in the Gimmick Battle Royale at WrestleMania X7 either. Number 10, Kerwin White. Chavo Guerrero didn't need a crazy gimmick to get over as a member from one of wrestling's most famous families, but one was still thrust upon him during the 2005 WWE Draft. Guerrero was traded from Raw to SmackDown and adopted the moniker of Kerwin White, an exaggerated caricature of a white suburbanite, complete with sensible slacks and a sweater draped around his neck. The gimmick didn't last that long, however, as the real-life death of Chavo's uncle Eddie Guerrero resulted in the White persona being dropped for a tribute show to the fallen icon. Ultimately, it was for the best, as it was Chavo's no-nonsense style and Guerrero pedigree which most fans truly respected. Number 9, Jillian Hall's mole. Jillian Hall wore many hats during her pro wrestling career, from valet and image consultant to in-ring competitor and indie worker. It wasn't a wrestling style or managerial prowess which earned her early attention, however, but rather something which appeared on her face. Hall worked WWE's developmental promotion OVW for a while before debuting on the main roster as a public relations assistant for M&M, this time with a little something extra, a mole-like growth on her face. If that sounds strange, then the moment when the Boogeyman, more on him later, actually bit off the mole was even stranger and incredibly gross to boot. That's sports entertainment for you, we guess. Number 8, Max Moon. Charles Ashenoff is probably best known to wrestling fans as Conan, a proud Cuban performer who worked for WCW, TNA, and more during a career which has spanned multiple decades. Conan wasn't Ashenoff's first and only gimmick, however, as he also spent a brief time in the WWF as Max Moon, a sci-fi character inspired by the sort of giant robot anime series which were popular in Japan. The suit was very expensive and intricately designed for the time, but failed to get over, while Conan found himself butting heads with WWF brass during his tenure for the promotion. The Max Moon character was given to one more wrestler, Paul Diamond, before finally being retired. Number 7, the Mountie. Jacques Rougeau was already an experienced performer from an established wrestling family when he adopted the Mountie gimmick in 1991. He had formerly competed in a tag team capacity with his brother Raymond, but went with the Canadian Mounted Police idea after Ray retired from the sport in 1990. Although the gimmick seemed desperate and corny on the surface, credit should be given to Rougeau for making the Mountie work through his sheer dedication to the character. He knew how to create heat with the crowd, feuded with the Big Boss Man, and even won Intercontinental title gold as the Mountie, proving that even the wackiest gimmicks can sometimes succeed. Number 6, Papa Shango. Charles Wright struggled to find himself in the early days of his wrestling career, adopting a number of gimmicks which didn't quite stick. Sure, Wright would be best known as the Godfather during the WWE's Attitude Era, but the big man had a much more mysterious identity in the early 90s as the mysterious voodoo priest, Papa Shango. Yep, Wright was one of the OG spooky wrestlers when he performed as Shango, donning face paint and bringing a smoking skull to the ring. Today, fans probably best remember when Papa Shango made the Ultimate Warrior vomit during a series of promos, easily one of the most surreal and strangest series of moments in the WWE history. Number 5, Repo Man. Demolition are certified tag team legends, one of the best to ever hold the straps. Barry Darsow portrayed Smash alongside his partner Axe, enjoying a gimmick which projected the duo as frighteningly intense and demonically powerful. All good things must come to an end, however, and the 90s saw him repackaged after Demolition's demise as the Repo Man. The former Smasher did the best he could with what was essentially a one-note comedic gimmick and feuding with the British Bulldog before leaving Vince McMahon's federation for a change of pace in WCW and the indie scene. Number 4, the Spirit Squad. We don't know whose idea it was to create a new wrestling stable based around male cheerleaders, but it probably didn't turn out the way they had hoped. The Spirit Squad debuted in the first part of 2006, bringing together a group of wrestlers who were working their way through WWE's developmental territory, OVW. The group would count future superstar Dolph Ziggler amongst its ranks, and even won Tag Team Gold, despite also facing some pretty embarrassing losses throughout its existence. The Spirit Squad may have seen some depressing lows to go along with their brief highs, but a brief resurgence in 2016 proved that they weren't forgotten by fans. Number 3, Eugene. Nick Dinsmore has held a variety of gimmicks over his career, including a stint as Doink the Clown, Mr. Wrestling 2, and one of the Conquistadors. He might be best known for the controversial identity of Eugene, a kayfabe nephew of then Raw General Manager Eric Bischoff. Eugene was presented as being somewhat mentally handicapped, although he possessed a significant amount of wrestling skill, presumably acquired from a steady diet of Graps fandom. Dinsmore's character was usually presented as a lovable babyface, but this hasn't stopped the gimmick from aging pretty poorly, as the whole thing is just a little too broad and insensitive for a modern audience. Number 2, the Boogeyman. We mentioned the Boogeyman gimmick earlier on our list, and promised to expand on this infamous superstar. Martin Wright began his career in the promotion as a contestant who was cut from the Tough Enough reality competition before earning a second chance in Ohio Valley Wrestling. It was here where the embryonic idea of the Boogeyman would be created, before Wright made his main roster debut in 2005. The Boogeyman was never a great wrestler, preferring instead to eat worms, wear a giant clock, and generally be a creepy nuisance. He feuded with JBL and King Booker before a losing streak sent him to the Indies, appearing only occasionally in the WWE as a guest. Number 1, Goldust. Some of the gimmicks mentioned thus far have been good, others have been bad, but only one can lay claim to being truly bizarre. Goldust comes from a classic wrestling pedigree as the son of the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, and is wrestled under the given name of Dustin Runnels. It's his long-running Goldust gimmick which is most beloved by fans, and with good reason, as it's been a mainstay on WWE programming for decades. Although Goldust's sexual ambiguity and shock extremity have been toned down over the years, Runnels' ability to deep dive into his character has endeared him to fans across generations, making him one of the industry's all-time most dependable workers.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.